Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of AppleTalk. We are your hosts, Luke, Henry and Charlie. And today the subject is going to be WWDC21. What happened? Did we like anything? Or was the entire event a waste of time?
Although you just spoke over him the entire fucking time,
no,
Charlie.
didn't. I spoke over him like near the end when he was talking about how crap it was. But yeah, welcome back everyone. Sorry for our temporary absence. It's mostly just been school and family and people not showing up and people leaving.
Yeah.
And we lost Arno and Logan in that time. Arno went last episode. We talked about that last episode, and Logan just fucked off for some reason, but that's his problem. Anyway, so today we're going to be focusing on WWDC, everyone's favorite annual tech keynote. And this year it was unbelievably boring, and I think everyone can agree with that.
Cringy as anything.
It was cringy, yes. Henry has a specific reason, and I'm sure if you know about Henry, you know why.
Yeah,
and if you watch WWDC.
And if you watch my YouTube channel, considering my last video is a review on the DeLorean.
Oh, you just said it. Noise.
Anyway,
shall we get on with the topics? I think what we were gonna do is we're gonna talk about iOS, macOS, and iPadOS. Only iPadOS because it's so brief. But then I don't know if this
much that happened because I left halfway through.
Yeah, I can do a lot of the filler, and then you guys can share your opinions. But it's gonna be a lot of Finn sums it up, absolute cesspool. But we're basically going to be going over some of the stuff. I don't know how fast this is going to be or how long it's going to be, but I mean, it was a really long event, but it was so boring. So yeah, let's go into iOS.
Paint dry was better.
So I
Okay,
think
iOS 15.
yeah. So normally iOS is like the
iOS
main
15,
attraction of
public
WDC,
beta
but this year it was kind of lackluster in my opinion. I think all they really did with iOS was they changed Safari. They edited Safari similar to what they did on the Mac, which we'll get to later. They updated Maps. They updated FaceTime. They literally talked about FaceTime for like 30 minutes straight. It was so boring. And they were like, oh my god, we added noise suppression. That's insane. I can't believe I've never heard of noise suppression ever. Discord definitely never had noise suppression before.
Crisp.
That's insane. Can you believe that? Noise suppression on FaceTime, that program everyone uses.
Wait, everyone do the shock face so we can get a good thumbnail.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but anyway,
I swear you could have replaced Macaulay Culkin in that scene. Ah!
It's true.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, but I mean, they spent way too much time talking about FaceTime. It wasn't even funny, and they basically for FaceTime they just introduced like, oh look, background blur. Never mind, Zoom and Google Meets did that forever, and background blur looks like shit.
Did that as well.
Yeah. They also added noise suppression, which is basically background noises don't exist when you're talking, which Discord has added in the past year. And what else? There was also something about Apple Maps, the program no one uses, because I use Google Maps personally, but I think it was mostly just like more detailed, like 3D objects.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. There was so much information about some shit that nobody actually cares about that you just don't remember.
Oh yeah, and something interesting about FaceTime is they're trying to bring it to more platforms where basically one thing I think that's actually good about FaceTime that makes it a bit better is they added a new feature where you could get links, you could copy links of a FaceTime group, and then you could paste that and people on Android and Windows can join you. Which is actually not bad, honestly. I think I think that's a step in the right direction. That's something that you don't see Apple doing that often.
No. I mean, they did it with AirTags, but then again, that's an actually paid fucking product, whereas FaceTime, the last time that they gave a free service out to Windows was iTunes in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, iOS 15 really didn't have much new. I mean, a WWDC 20, that was insane, because we got widgets, mostly just widgets, but widgets was a big thing. Mostly, they also had message sharing features where you can share photos and news articles and music playlists and music and stuff, which is whatever. Which is something Spotify was already doing, where you could like listen along with people. They also did 3D street data and AR walking detections and Google Map and Apple Maps.
They finally fixed the issues. They finally fixed the map issues where the map goes like,
I'm pretty sure that'll always be an issue. And I mean, I don't think they changed a lot. It was really just those are really just the highlights.
Yeah. It didn't change much.
I think they also adjusted picture-in-picture a bit, which doesn't work with YouTube, which kind of makes it useless because Google likes to lock that behind a premium wall. Thanks.
Yeah. Which is fucking annoying because I like to listen to music whilst I write my films, and I can't do that if I've got one fucking device.
Yeah, I think one of my least favorite things about iOS 15, which might be the reason why I don't upgrade, is they kind of ruined Safari. They kind of changed the interface a bit and kind of made it shittier. Because on Mac at least, they made like a simplified version of Safari where they just removed all the buttons. Which is like, and as soon as I saw that, like they demonstrated how all the buttons were removed, and I'm like, no, you don't do that. You don't take away buttons. How are you supposed to do things?
It's just gonna be like a fucking modern car where they take away
exactly. It's gonna be like a fucking Tesla. Ooh, gotta go through Windows to fucking switch gears.
The sad thing is you're not actually too far from the truth, Charlie.
No, that's sad. But I mean, the new macOS has like a few new features that are interesting, but otherwise, I would say iOS is not much.
They're not very good though, are they?
I mean,
and they still support the 6S.
Oh, that's
iOS 15
so they
still
support
supports
the
the
SE as well.
6S. Is that a good thing?
I
think it's a
fucking
good thing.
called it. I called it.
What?
I called that they would.
What, remove the SE?
No, that they give. Wait, they removed the SE.
No, I don't think so. They kept the original SE. That thing's
yeah,
immortal.
I think that they were
They kept the
the
original
SE
SE
and
and
the
the
6S.
6S.
Because I think they were. What were they? They were.
Oh, you should see. Should we move on to macOS? Because I really want to rant about something now that I totally forgot.
Sure, fucking rant.
So, okay,
want.
macOS
Monterey
Monterey.
is
So, fun
trash.
fact: Aaron, who's another host, who's the other host of this that isn't here because he's going to Pennsylvania. He actually totally predicted the name for Monterey, which is the new version of macOS replacing Big Sur, and it's like the biggest. And I swear, Monterey is like the biggest piece of fucking shit I've ever seen. You want to know what they added to Monterey?
What?
Safari. That's all they did.
That's it.
It's just a Safari update. There's nothing new. It's a Safari update and they ruined Safari. I'm disappointed. Oh, and the best part is that
was Big Sur.
Yeah, and the best part, you want to hear the best part? Pretty much every Mac before 2014 has been cut. Like support for a lot, they're cutting support for Intel Macs fast, and like people bet in like 2 years there's gonna be no support for Intel Macs, which is a shame.
I remember Duke was bitching about the Mac Mini was supported, but the MacBook Pro the same year wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Which it doesn't make
stupid.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, financially it does because it gets people to buy. It gets the Pro users to buy brand new MacBook Pros, but the Mac Mini users don't really care, so I don't think they're gonna try. It makes sense financially, but it's still a shitty thing to do.
Oh, Finn sums it up perfectly. Monterey is Windows ME of Mac OS, because it's just Internet Explorer and Windows Media Player update. That makes sense.
The thing.
Oh, I thought he was going to take the piss out of the actual Windows ME, the guy.
Huh. Well, no, he's talking about like Windows ME, the.
I know.
Yeah. But
Another thing is that macOS Monterey is also named after a very bad Vauxhall's SUV. Vauxhall Monterey. It's just.
I mean, they
really
like to name their things.
Trooper.
They like to name their operating systems after like, areas in California, like the Monterey Mountains or whatever, and the Cliffs of Monterey. I think that's what they're called. But, and I think it's much better than Big Sur. Big Sur was pretty gay. I didn't like Big Sur.
No, it's a weird name. They should have called it Montreal.
Maybe. But, something interesting. One interesting feature with macOS that also sort of ties in with iPadOS is you can now do, I don't even remember what it's called, but you can like move your cursor around to different versions.
When you have the iPad in range.
If you have the iPad in range, or aka like $2,000 worth of technology spread out on your desk, you can actually move the cursor from one to the other.
Is that all, Charlie? $2,000?
No, more. Because you gotta have the keyboard, you gotta have the Mac. It has to be an M1 Mac, and it's gotta have Monterey.
I'm gonna work out how much this is.
Because like it's really interesting. I thought that was a whatever feature, but I've seen programs do that before. But it was only. But I've never seen something like that was compatible with an iPad and from like an OEM.
Should we say baseline Pro?
iPadOS is really just iOS. I don't think of it as something special. It's iOS.
And otherwise, all they really did with Monterey is they added FaceTime features from the iPhone, messages features from the iPhone, Safari. Safari is a mess on the Mac now. They ruined the tab bar, so it's all weird now. Because like the tabs are all sort of squished together and more awkward. Again, redesigned tab groups, something Chrome did forever.
We're gonna say baseline MacBook Pro. Sorry.
I don't know.
I think that's what everyone has when they buy Apple.
Oh, I forgot a feature. Across all the operating systems, there's something called Focus now, which is similar to Screen Time, only it's for notifications. Apparently they changed notifications, which is like the one thing I'll give them is their notification system has always been crap. and it's always been super messy. And apparently they're making it a lot more organized, which is perfect. And something interesting they're adding in is focus, where basically you can choose what notifications you get sent during a certain period of time. So, for example, you could set like work hours, home hours, sleep hours, whatever, and you can choose what apps have the priority to send you notifications during that time, which is kind of interesting because it's not supposed to be distracting or whatever. And I see that being useful to someone. I don't personally think I'll be using it, but yeah.
Also, the total is 2,627 for baseline everything.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh well. A lot of things that people thought were going to be introduced. People said there was going to be new MacBook Air. People said there was going to be new MacBook Pros. And nope, not at all. I expected this from the beginning, honestly. I thought, you know what? Since everyone's saying this, I'm not going to think that's true. Because when was the last time they introduced something at WWDC? Never. I think maybe it was the Mac Pro in 2019. I forgot.
Mac Pro, and I think they did the iPhone SE, the original one. I'm not sure.
I think they also did the iMac Pro, but otherwise, I think they're saving that stuff for like the end of the year, next year.
What did they say was actually going to be on the new MacBook? I can't remember.
The most unbelievable thing is ports. They're gonna add HDMI port, an older style Thunderbolt port, I think. And it's like some other stuff. I think that's the biggest pile of bullshit. Apple's never gonna put USB-A on anything.
We've just got to put the clips of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May going, "Wow!"
Yeah, that'd be funny. Because there's no way they're ever going to fucking introduce that stuff. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
It's depressing for users who actually care and don't want to have to use a fucking dongle everywhere, but hey, this is the life we live because fucking corporation.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this stuff they added was bullcrap. I mean, everyone said that the event was boring, and it dragged on for I got bored during the event. I was hoping there was going to be like a revolutionary feature that would interest me, but
I went to get dinner.
No, not really much.
You wasted a fucking.
It was like 2 hours. It was the longest 2 hours of my life. And I thought it'd be fun with friends, but it was boring, even more boring with friends, because there was nothing to talk about.
I find that hard to believe.
And the biggest bullshit from Monterey is all the new features don't work with Intel Macs. So like all the Apple Maps things, all the Safari things. Yeah, exactly. Like none of those features work with Intel Macs. You're literally getting butt fucked. Like imagine buying a new MacBook Pro today. If you buy a 16-inch Pro today, you're an idiot because none of that stuff will work on it. They're literally fucking you in the ass with this. This sucks because the thing about Apple is they're really trying to kill off Intel at this point because it costs money to support all these Intel Macs, and they don't want to do that because Apple doesn't like spending money. So
how old is the M1? Isn't it like 7 months old?
Yeah, I think so. Which is bullcrap. And there have even been like quality reports on the new M1 iMac that the whole thing's been like slightly slanted on arrival. Like someone noted that one edge of the computer was lower than the other with like a ruler and everything, which is interesting. So
that's not very good, is it?
No, it's not. So it just means that the 4-pound iMac is like somehow slanted or something. So he ended up sending it back. Which
is that all they weigh?
Yeah, they weigh less than the laptop I use. I mean, it's a 24-inch. It's a 24-inch slab that's like slimmer than an Apple Watch. I don't know if it's slimmer than this, but you know.
That weighs less than this weight.
Yeah. You can hold it with one hand. I really want to see it in the Apple Store. I believe they have them now.
But I think they'll just look ugly.
I just want to see it to believe it, sort of thing. I just want to see it in person and just experience it, and then have an opinion. It's
I guess we're just gonna have to wait for London, Charlie. If that ever happens, that is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a really dumb kid in Mac Yak who was like going on about how it was the best Apple event ever. Nobody said it was the best. Everyone said it was the most boring WWDC of all time, and everyone says the pre-recorded ones are bland. I mean, I think I like the cool sort of video production they put into the pre-recorded events, but personally, I think the live events are more fun because there's a bit more.
It's also more fun when people fuck up and when you actually get the reactions from the audience. Like when they announced the stand for the fucking XDR display, when they said the stand will cost $999, everything was like,
everyone snickered.
What? And they were trying to be like, it will cost $999 and it will be available in the fall.
And I think the presenter knew that it would be ridiculous to announce, and he knew it would be embarrassment because he literally spoke a lot. He tried to like speak a lot faster just to speed it up.
He knew that it was going to be bullshit, that nobody would want to pay that much money. And I don't know many people that did, except for iJustine, who called it, what did she call it? Didn't she say it was art? Mm-hmm. I'm surprised she hasn't used it to fuck herself.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But, yeah, that was a mess. I don't know what that was about, honestly.
I know what it was about. Money. Simple. They're just fucking gun artists.
They also did Apple Watch stuff, but I don't use an Apple Watch anymore, and I really do not remember at all with what they actually announced for Apple Watch, so I didn't even put a section in for Apple Watch, because who cares?
I didn't know that they announced anything. What OS are they even on for the watch?
I'm pretty sure they also announced new, like, fitness stuff, which who cares, no one uses the fitness app. And I'm pretty sure they also introduced, like, new stuff to the health app for Apple Watch. Which,
I mean, I use the fitness app quite a lot, but I don't use this.
Like their rip-off Peloton thing.
No, I don't use the Fitness Plus bullshit they include. I got it free. I tried one day of it. It was the stupidest pile of shit I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Never again. Fuck.
Yeah, that was a mess. But anyway, what else can we think about? Oh yeah, should we just move on to iPad? Let's just move on to iPad. I mean, okay, iPad is the biggest embarrassment. All they added was widgets.
That's it.
Yeah. They just added those sidebar widgets, so now you can put them in the home screen, like on the iPhone. So it's like they forgot to do that last time, which I thought the iPad already had this, but it didn't apparently. So they were were like, oh shit, we gotta add those. We forgot.
Wouldn't it be funny if one day after iPadOS 14 was released, and they said, well, we're gonna have to try this out. It's gonna be amazing. Everyone's gonna love it. And one developer ran in and said, Tim Apple, you're not gonna believe this. We forgot to put widgets on the iPad.
I'm sure that's exactly how it played out. And then Tim's like, you're fired. Get out.
What?
And then he's like, okay, development team, we gotta bring widgets to the iPad. Do we have any more ideas for the iPad? And then they're like, no, it's an iPad. And then he's like, okay, let's call that the feature update.
I can imagine that the person who told him that is now dead.
Mm-hmm. And Aaron's about to be dead with the phallic conversation he's having with himself in VC chat.
Oh, God. By the way, for anyone who hasn't seen previous episodes, that is not real. No. In case you couldn't tell, considering it's fucking good.
Or something.
Yes, BB gun.
It's called Rip Off James Bond.
It's a pellet gun, basically. It can't do any fucking damage.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
it feels horrible.
Wow, and then iPad OS just had new features from what iOS had. So there's, God, iPad OS was such a disappointment. Honestly,
it's just getting lazier and lazier and lazier and lazier. Like,
this year was especially lazy.
Yeah, this year was awful. Fucking terrible.
Not bother.
Yeah, no hardware, so woo. Software was kind of lame. That's about it.
No hardware was kind of
Who the hell pays for iCloud Plus?
See something new.
It's gonna pay for iCloud Plus.
It wouldn't happen.
Imagine not storing your files locally, getting iCloud Plus. I don't get iCloud Plus. It's retarded.
Fucking Louis has a whole has it for everything, and he's got it fucking unlimited.
Ugh.
iCloud Plus, I think, adds some sort of private
email
system.
Do.
Oh yeah, Hillary Clinton would love that feature.
No, we're not going to Charlie.
God, we're getting political again. Let's not.
The emails.
No.
The emails.
Well, let's not get political.
Why not?
Wow, that's all the topics I had. We haven't even done half an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess this shows everyone just how shit that fucking show
Yeah, that was disappointing. Do you guys genuinely want to end it, or do you want to keep going?
We haven't even done half an hour.
Well, I mean, what really is there to talk about, though? This is supposed to be the WWDC episode.
Out and take the piss out of it.
I mean, we kind of just did.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to do the fucking old tech in chat, grab people from the audience, say, what do you think about our thing tonight?
That's exactly what we should do. I'm gonna ping Marius.
Oh god.
No, I'm not. I'm not that evil. Yeah, because tech in chat is gay. Let's take the audience in. I think it'd be more fun if we had more people, but we don't.
Yeah,
because Aaron's not here. If we had like 4 people, that'd be good. That'd be like splendid. But 5 people would be a bit better. 6 people.
Obviously, he's in Pennsylvania. Should we try to explain a little bit of the Logan situation, as much as we know?
No, who cares? Let's not give him attention. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, come on. You gave, in the original episode, you gave a whole fucking hour to Tech in Chat.
Oh, right, yeah, because that was Tekken Chat, okay? Tekken Chat was bigger bullshit. Logan is, like, insignificant. He doesn't deserve attention for just dropping out and fucking off. For some petty argument that he had on my Discord server with some other member that he can't stand. Oh, boo-hoo, people don't respect my opinions and don't treat me well. Oh, boo-hoo, it's the internet. The people don't treat me well. Ugh. I'm just gonna push them away because my mental health, and I'm not gonna learn to face difficult situations because I don't like difficult situations because I have small brain. Dang. So let's not talk about Logan.
Well, we just did.
So look.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
So we talked about that. I'm not talking about Logan. I mean, Luke, did your mom finally throw out all your computers? I'm still confused why your room's all white.
That is Dad's.
This is a different room.
That is Dad's. If you look, put your camera on the wall, as in focusing on the wall. No, the wall behind you. It just makes it look like he's in a mental asylum.
He is in a mental asylum. Luke's in a mental asylum. Luke's in a mental asylum.
Get me out of here.
All they need to do.
Anyway.
What they need to do is they just need to put some fucking padded foam on the walls and colour it white. Perfect.
It actually makes some really good sound deadening, honestly.
It would, wouldn't it?
I didn't think about putting like padding on like the ceiling area of this room just for better sound deadening. But,
me too.
But then again, we're probably moving out in a year from this house because that's when our rent expires, and then we'll have to move somewhere else in this country, and I'm sure it won't be as nice as this place. And this place isn't even too
at least you should have a better driveway.
Yeah. No driveways here are good. They're all pathetic. We rely on parking garages.
Yeah, you should try and buy your old friend's house.
Maybe. That's like a $15 million house. We don't have money.
15.
Remember, it's a 6th floor house with like a spiral staircase in it, and like a panoramic view of the lake. That's like super posh.
Charlie, I live in a house with a spiral staircase. It's not worth 15 million though.
Yeah, but that's not 6 floors, is it?
It's 4.
I mean, it's Britain. Everything is like townhouse.
Yeah, meaning our money isn't fucking worth it.
I mean, this house is 3, not including the basement. And it's not a spiral staircase.
You mean the bunker? You mean the bunker?
What, this?
Oh,
yeah, the bunker. I mean, the basement is mostly basement, but partially bunker. I think the bunker bit is like this storage room. So, yeah.
I mean, it would be quite cool to be able to say, because that is a really uncommon thing in Britain. We do not have that, so it'd be quite cool to say, oh, do you want to go down to the bunker to hang out? And they go, what the fuck? You got a bunker? They probably think it's some, like, I don't know, some fucking Führerpunker shit from World War II, whereas it's probably just, what is it, like a concrete wall?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's not really anything special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would be nice. Have something like that. Especially if, it'd be good for America if Trump ever got re-elected, which, fucking hell, we hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Watch as he comes back in 2024, and he's like, revote the Donald. God, that'll be
Donald.
Watch as he has a heart attack in 2023, Charlie. I think then we'll all be rejoicing.
Yeah.
Joy to the world, the bitch is dead. I can't go low. Yeah, fuck that. I don't actually know what else we can do, because we've already covered this, we've already gone off topic. I don't fucking know, because we've basically just done Apple a favour. We've cut their show down by a quarter.
Yeah.
And it made it more interesting than their shit. I mean, what they did a little bit like what we did. They said, for the intro, they said, we're going to ask our developers how they would like to do it. And they go, we get this. So the first one was the guy who I think was pretending to be Craig, stepping out of the DeLorean on stage.
No, it wasn't Craig. That was Tim. The other guy was Craig.
Oh yeah, it was. There was, I can't remember what the next one was because it was meaningless. But then there was one with Craig and Tim both playing guitars on stage like they're in a rock concert.
Yes, we can have the AppleTalk boy band.
Ooh.
You know, it's in a good JLO songs.
Could you imagine if they fucking invited us to one of their things? Because they go, oh, you're one of the bloody biggest bits in England about it, because no one ever fucking talks about it there. We're gonna have you representing us. Never have it. But fucking hell, this show, they just can't do them right. They just fucking can't. Just do the live things. I know they tried this year to try and implement a particular live field, like with Tim Cook coming out on the stage with the fucking emojis in the audience, which you hated. Yeah, Charlie really doesn't like emojis. So
no, they're so freakishly ugly.
No, they're not very good. It's just, I don't know. It's sort of creative, but then it's also like, why the fuck are you doing this? This is just weird. You don't need this out in. It doesn't. It's just weird. You don't need this shit. It's fucking Apple. I don't know. It's haven't done anything good since the live shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
What was the last live show that they did?
Last one I think was 2019, actually. They've still been pretty good at like doing them, even throughout the virus.
Yeah, but they've not been actually good though, have they?
Yeah.
I mean, the iPhone event, I think you'd agree with me, was pretty good. It was all right.
Yeah, the iPhone event was actually not. I think the iPhone event was pretty good. I liked the stuff that they did. That was kind of cool.
The iPhone event, and then we got really excited for the first September event as well.
Yeah, because we thought it would be iPhone, but nope. It was a disappointment.
I was so happy that we didn't have iPhones announced that week, because I remember I was absolutely shitting myself because I still had unsold products, unsold phones I had to sell, and if the new iPhone came out, they would have dropped in value and I'd lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they didn't, thank fuck for that. And Charlie had to wait another month and a half to get his new iPhone 12.
Yeah, and then another month for it to actually release.
Yeah, that's true.
I have an Android, so everything's
I regret buying mine, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
The battery is terrible.
The screen
has had burn-in 3 times. It's even burnt-in now so badly that the fucking the time and Louis' fucking Instagram name is burnt in permanently to my screen. So is the Wi-Fi and shit like that. It's awful. The 12 is probably the worst.
My Sony phone's got
I think the 12 is one of the best iPhones I've ever owned. I mean, the burn-in, who cares? I've got, like, a slight bit of burn-in. So slight you can barely see it. I mean, you can...
Yeah, but mine, if you've actually got someone's fucking name on there.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty bad. Because you're, like, texting someone for 5 hours straight.
4.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Just because I got friends, Charlie.
Friends.
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah, imagine. It's actually quite a nice feeling. I didn't know you'd know of it, but hey. Anyway. Right, I think we're gonna leave it here because I don't know if we can make it. I think we are,
honestly. Unfortunately, this is kind of a short episode since we're not really enlightened on ideas, and we don't really have optimal members. How do you do for the kids?
I mean, I don't really care about the amount of people here. I mean, it's nice to go back to the original amount, like just us 3.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that if we had been talking about last year's WWDC, I think it would have gone a hell of a lot better. Because this year they just had so much shit. It was awful. It was just blabbering on about shit that didn't matter, and then when they did get something to matter, they glossed over it in a matter of seconds.
Nice.
I think that's a good summary, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this episode.
Sorry about the lackluster topics. Next week we'll come back, and hopefully we'll have some more people, and it'll be a bit better. But otherwise, we appreciate everyone for coming out, and thank you all so much for watching. And not really too much to self-promote, other than I'm done with school this week. I have 1 exam left on Monday, and then 2 other days of bullshit, and then I'm done for the summer.
You're lucky. I mean, to be fair, I've been on summer holiday since May 28th.
Lucky, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, once that happens, I'm gonna
still got an episode of Let's Fix It.
Yeah. I've also got my film 456, which I finally decided on a name. 456 Charlie. Hopefully we can start writing the fucking thing. We can finish writing it, and then we've got a bunch of people going in for cameo parts. Should be coming out in late summer, early autumn/fall. Hopefully that goes well.
Oh god, I got a weird theory. So Finn said I hated the part when Craig turned into an emoji, and I thought about how much younger he looked from. That was like nearing the end, and he looked so much younger as a memoji, and he's like, that's better. And now I'm thinking to myself, what if this is the way that all the Apple employees are just gonna live once they get really old and decrepit? They're just gonna live as emojis forever. God, that's fucking weird. Oh man.
I mean, Apple's developing some weird technology.
Apple's a weird, company.
Oh yeah, I just thought of another thing. Apple, they're still saying that they're working on a driverless car.
Wow.
Yeah, could you imagine what that would be like? Because it's obviously, knowing Apple, it's going to be electric. Yeah. Could you imagine what it's going to be like?
It's going to be like a Tesla. There's going to be like a few money bags that are going to buy it, and then whatever.
No. Can you imagine what the battery's going to be like after the second one comes out and the new update comes out?
Oh no, that's not going to be good.
It's going to go from like 300 miles to 150, like that.
Yeah. Oh god, that's.
And then they're going to say, "Oh, if you want to get your original mileage back, you got to pay $16,000 for Apple."
Or if you want the added option of turn signals, it's an extra $2.
Yeah, but no. But that's if you're a BMW driver, you're already going to be used to not having it, aren't you?
BMW's shitty.
Yeah, I agree.
£300 up front.
Nice.
Optional extra because we're going back to the 80s with no head airbags.
That's nice. But anyway, we hope you all enjoyed this episode. Sorry it was so short. We did make it out in with 40 minutes, which is decent, I guess.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Not bad.
But thank you all so much.
WWDC should have been.
Yeah, better than WWDC. And hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night. Goodbye.
See you next week. Bye.